channel. Today on the French Frizz, I am going to start video 1 of what I think is going to be 3 videos about long transitions, because I'm over a year of transition. As you know, the last one I did was at my 12 months mark. It is October the 3rd and I'm entering my 18th month of transition. And I feel like in 2019, I'm starting to find less and less information about people that are actually transitioning. A lot of people are going straight into the big chop. It's a lot more popular, accepted / whatever. And I kind of want to give some tips and just like my experience on what it's been to transition for such a long time. And it's going to be a blabbing video for this one because I'm just going to talk about tips and what I've learned so far, what the experience has been for me. So make sure to check in the description the timestamps of the different points that I'm going to talk about. So the first thing I wanted to say is this video is actually inspired by the 3-part video that Amina Marie did on transitioning. She did a Transitioning 101 series where she took you, I guess, the viewer, through the different phases that you're going to experience from months 1 to I think 9th to the year mark. But I'm past that. And I feel like if you're past that, then what does that mean? She gave great tips and information that, as someone that's been transitioning for so long, I'm looking at it and I'm like, yeah, all of this makes sense. But as I first transitioned, I probably wouldn't have heard some of the tips she said because excitement. So realistically, where I want to start, this is like 3 things right now that when you transition, you kind of need to know right off the bat. I'm not going to say about all the routine thing and you need to deep condition, because that is a known fact now. Like, that is just what you got to do, whatever state of your hair you have. That's the best way to take care of your hair. It's to deep condition, wash days, find your routine, your products, and all of that. But when you're setting yourself to transition, what I'm looking back now with 18th month is that excitement is thankfully what is going to carry you through some of those frustrations, because they're going to be there. The first thing that I would look back would tell you to save your money. That is literally the first tip, because that excitement is going to make you spend all sorts of coins at the store with all these new products. Right now it's Pattern from Tracy. Like, there's so many products that are coming out now for curly hair that you're going to just run to the store and buy a bunch of things. I wouldn't do that until you have at least 3 to 4 inches of growth, because what you're doing right now is still on your relaxed, heat damaged, whatever hair. The results that you're going to get with these products are going to be completely skewed, and you're just going to waste your money because A, you may think it's not going to work, or it is working and it may not work when you have significant growth. So really, really, really save your money until you are in her phase 2 video, at least in terms of centimeters and inches, is if you have at least 3 or 4 inches. So like that would be 10 centimeters. I know it's a long time, but before that, I just advise you to just keep doing what you've been doing with the product you've had. What I've done, I spent a lot of money. I'm not gonna say, that I was perfect, but what I've started by doing, which I think is kind of a good idea, is just survey the products you have so far, which ones have been your favorite, and just keep using these as a base. You are going to be very excited to try a bunch of stuff, even in styles, and it's going to carry me into my second point. But like, your mindset's different, but your hair hasn't changed yet. So really save your money. My second video is going to outline the products that I have liked for my transition, because it helps you deal with, and that's my second point, dealing with 2 textures. Dealing with 2 textures for a long-time transitioner is possibly the most frustrating part of transitioning after a while. At first you get really excited because you're seeing your growth, you're seeing all the progress, you're starting to see like a curl pattern, you're seeing all of that. But really, as you get further into your transition, that is what is going to be the most challenging for what I consider, and it's also for my experience, 3 things. The first thing is, again, all these products that you're going to use, you're starting to figure out things that work for your new growth, doesn't work for your relaxed hair anymore. Things that work for your relaxed hair doesn't work for your new growth. So then what do you do? Because you can have one half that's super dry, the other one that's moisturized, and vice versa. And it's just kind of screwing up your wash day because you still have to have both textures. So that was the first thing, is just finding products that work for both. And that will carry me into another video where I'm telling you some of the products that I've worked for both texture at the same time for me. The second thing with the wash day still is you are going to have to style your hair at every wash day. Again, in the first few months, I would say phase 1 or 2, so when you're starting until month 6, I should say, you're going to be really excited to try a bunch of things that are going to work, not going to work, flexi rod, all of that. But essentially, you have to style your hair. You can't just do a wash and go, which is, as a lazy natural, I'm realizing. I thought I was really committed, but I'm getting more lazy. I can't wait for the day where I can just do a wash and go and be done with it for the rest of the week. And then I can just, do bun or whatever. Just have a week with one texture that is going to respond the same, hopefully, to the style I'm doing. So it's a lot of commitment on the wash day. You could either split your wash days and then style in the morning or whatever, but you need to style your hair. You have 2 different textures. It's going to look whack if you don't. It's noticeable. Before that, honestly, the excitement is not going to make you listen to me right now, but I would say just keep doing what you're doing. I mean, if your edges are a little bit more frizzy, then I would slap some gel, but I wouldn't change materially too much of what you're doing because you're not going to see the results that you're hoping to see because your hair is just not there yet. The third thing, I guess, that's where we're at. What I've struggled the most with now 18 months of new growth is the tangling. The tangling at the line of demarcation. That tangling is one of the most frustrating part because I'm realizing with my new growth, the type of curls I have as a new growth, it really detangles really well. It does. Like the brush goes through very fine. And then there's this line of demarcation that my hair is just like, what you doing? What is this? What is this that you're trying to push further? And it blocks there. And then I have to detangle my really straight, still relaxed hair. And this line of demarcation, no matter how many times I kind of smooth it out, when I go to style my hair, it retangles exactly at that same spot. And that causes, of course, breakage and frustration. The fourth point is, and that's more personally for me, I feel like transitioning, having to style my hair every week or at every wash day has kind of had an impact on my workout routine. And as you can see, I'm getting ready to go now. But when you spend so much time styling your hair, doing your edges, doing twist outs, doing all sorts of things to get your curl and your 2 textures to cooperate and look the same, you don't want to mess it up. And honestly, I work out every day. Either I do a little cardio or I do some weightlifting, and it's been frustrated to feel like I have to temper my workout to not mess up my hair. And it's just something that is really starting to weigh on me. I feel like it actually kind of killed my motivation to work out altogether because I'm like, I really just don't feel like messing up my hair. So I'm at a phase right now, obviously you can see, where I'm just taking it easy. That is one of the impact that I don't think I realized until I guess a few weeks back after taking my weave out and going back into taking care of my hair like that, is what the impact that had on what I used to do when my hair was relaxed and I didn't care about, like I didn't have to worry about frizzy hair and all of that. So if we're dealing with the 2 textures, these are the 4 different items that kind of got tough and challenging with transitioning for such a long time. And this is where you can see here on the sign is the big chop coming. I would say to let yourself change your mind. If you initially went into saying, I'm not going to big chop, I don't have the balls for it, that's not something I can do. This is exactly what I said when I did my mini chop. I kind of got my mindset dead set on, you're not going to big chop, you're not going to big chop. Now it's been 18 months. At this point, it's not really a big chop anymore. I have 18 months of growth. I'm at, I think, 9 inches, which is a little bit over or under 20 centimeters. What's left is 3 inches to 4 inches, 10 centimeters. But I'm starting to think about just trimming hardcore. Like I've been trimming every 3 months. I would say half an inch or something, like a centimeter or 2. But I would say just be open to changing your mind. It's okay. You're really going to start getting used to your hair anyway. So if you're feeling a change of mind, just embrace it. Toy with it. I've been talking about it around me. And one thing that I've noticed, and I don't know why I didn't think about it before, my mom has big chopped so many times in her life that I don't know why I didn't notice how fast her hair grows. And it's my mom. So essentially you have half of her hair genetics, And I'm just like, why didn't I think about how fast her hair grows and just gonna apply it to my hair growth and think that my hair is gonna grow fast? So I'm just toying with all these ideas that just are starting to make me think about big chopping or finishing it off now because it's been 18 months. But then there's the competitive part of me that's like, how long can you drag this on for? So the money aspect, the dealing with the two textures, and letting your mindset change a little bit on the big chop, although you've committed to transitioning, are the three things that, with my experience of transitioning for such a long time, looking back, that's really what I wanted to share. In the next video, I will tackle and give you my favorite products for transitioning, and these will be products that work for both textures, so you don't get frustrated and have one half that is not, you know, taken care of as much as the other one. The third video will be to do an 18th month length check on my transitioning hair and showing you a little bit of my curl pattern. And my mom will be here, so she will do it for me. There's one thing that I want to do, and it might be like a fourth video, like a bonus or whatever, but I'm really tempted now with 18th month of new growth to try a wash and go to see what it looks like. I'm just curious, like, can you rock a wash and go on transitioning hair? That's just for curiosity. It's gonna be like a freak experiment, but that might be a bonus. So that is all I wanted to talk about today. Leave me any questions or comments. If you have them, I will take my time to respond to them. And until then, I will see you next time.